Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video on the Bellboy Darters YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be seeing if these, which are number rings, practice rings, whatever you want to call them, can improve my doubles. Lately, I've been really bad at my doubles. I played the league games yesterday, lost all of them, and a couple of tournament games, sorry. Lost all of them because my doubles were absolutely awful. I was beating them to the finishes, but when it gets down to the doubles, I just couldn't finish them, and ultimately I lost because of that. I did win one game, which is the only game I did actually do well on doubles, won that 5-2 best of 8 leg, but doubles for me are just awful. So in this video, like I said, I'm going to be trying these number rings which I've 3D printed myself. You can buy them on Amazon and Temu and AliExpress for about a couple of quid. I think the going price is about 8-9 quid, but yeah, I'm not going to be paying that. Well, I've literally got a 3D printer like I'm doing myself. So let's see if these number rings or practice rings can actually improve my doubles. Let's find out. Well, let's get on with it. I am using the third biggest purely because the smallest one, you use that for trebles really, if you want to try treble 20s and stuff like that. See, look, first one completely bounced out. I will be doing 6 darts on each one, and at the end I'll put a table to see what I actually did get in the end of each one. But one's on my absolute awful double. See, 6 got none there. So what I'll do now, change it without losing all the pins. Down 2. And I'll just be doing this with every single double until we get to 20. That's moved there. Oh my god, I never. Let me know in the comments if you like or use the numberings. Or the practice rings, rather. I don't know how well these are going to work with doubles, but I know they work pretty well with trebles and all that sort of stuff, so we will just see how it goes. There you go, that's one. Got one out of them, that's not too bad. I do think personally that the best double practice you can do is just throwing for ages at the doubles. I suppose this gives you like a visual target of where to try and get them in that sort of area. Because if you can get them in that particular area, I suppose, there's a good chance that you will get them in. This is good if you've got a lot of time on your hands like I have at a minute, because you have to obviously keep moving the ring in the positions at the numbers that you want. So if you're looking just for a quick little session without having to move all the pins and all the rings, then doing it just normally is probably the better option. Okay, this one again. And like I said, I am using the second, well, the middle version, or the second biggest, I believe it is. No, second smallest, sorry. Oh, that's close. That's purely because I believe that the smallest version they do of this is meant for the double, it's triple, sorry, and this is meant for the doubles. Obviously, if you want to do it properly, then you can always, sorry, excuse me, to my hairband, you can always use the smaller ones on the doubles, but that means you have to group them so fine. It's up to you, really. My personal preference is going for the second smallest and going from there. But obviously, if you're a beginner in darts, then you probably want to start with the biggest around. Personally, probably the bottom of the board first is a bigger target, so you go for the 19s and the 17s, or even the 16s and 19s, sorry, whatever. And then as you get better, then improve and go down to the smaller ones, then go for grouping in specific areas that you want to do and all sorts of stuff. That's why I like these rings. But yeah, when I played yesterday, my best dart, well, my best double that I aimed for, I think I had 7, done that beautifully, hold on again, is the double 10 and 15 for some reason. I don't know why, but anything on this, on the left side of the board, so from the 19s up to the 5, I just can't hit at all. I did hit the double 16. But yeah, these things are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think, if I didn't have a 3D printer, I don't think I'd be buying these online. I think just because the purely got the 3D printer, I thought, let's see what dart stuff they do. And they do these. And you don't have to pay for the, like, for someone to build it for you. If you go on the app. So if you've got a 3D printer, I know someone who has got a 3D printer, it's called Bamboo Lab, or Bamboo Creation or something like that. And people just put all their files on there, all 3D prints, that you can actually go and do it for free. As long as you've got the filament and the 3D printer, you can do them for free. That's why I've got these from, I've even got a K-Flex case or L-style case coming for my box. So you can even get flight cases and you can get actual dart cases on there and all that good stuff, which is actually quite good. But what I will do, so this video ain't half an hour long, or an hour long, I will do a separate video in the coming days of doing the practice doubles with, obviously what you're watching now, the rings, and then without the rings, and then compare the scores at the end to see if it actually does improve your doubles, or I might even do it next week. So I'm tempted now actually to do a part 2 of this, and then have the scores on the screen of what I've got this round for each one, and then I'll come back next week to see if I actually have improved. But I'm halfway there. Like I said, I'm probably going to jinx myself now, but double 10 is one of my favourite doubles. I'll do that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what practice routine you do. I have got another one which I'll do for just normal without going for the doubles. Come on. Which is basically 5 minutes at the 20, 5 minutes at the 18, 5 minutes at the 19, and if you want to do more, 16, 17. Then I do 15 minutes of doubles without the rings. And then I do, I think it's on my shorts, can't remember exactly what it is in a minute. Then I do 10 minutes at the ball and out of ball, because sometimes with my league, you can do coin toss if you're on dart counter. So we only do that, but if you go to pub leagues, obviously you have to do for ball. And then what I'll do as well for another 10 minutes, I'll aim at the ball, and if I get 25, then that's what I have left, 25. If I hit a ball, that's 1 point already. Or 2 points, sorry. And then if I do the checkout, that's 1 point. So I just say I go for the 50 and I hit 1. So I've got 49 left, so I'll go 19 double tops or something like that. And if you complete it within, say, 3 or 6 starts, say 3, because that's what we're aiming for, then you get 2 points. No, 1 point, sorry, and if you hit the ball straight away, it's 2 points and stuff like that, which is nice little games you can do. But then also, if you want to do this without having the dart counter up, it's called half it. That's one there. And basically what that is, it will say aim at 20s, aim at 19s, 18s, 17s, 15s, etc. And then if you get a triple, it's obviously, if you get triple 20, 60, single 20, double 20, etc, etc. But then if you have 100 points after that, for example, if you hit triple and then 2 20s, and you go to 19s and hit none, then it halves your score. And it will say aim for a green, red and black. So you can go triple 5, triple 20 and 18, for example. That'll be your green, red, black. And then it will say shoot for either 3 whites, 3 black or 3 reds. So you can try and go triple 20s, try and get 180, or you can go 60, you can go, I don't know, 38, whatever you want to do, you can always do that. And it will say shoot for a double, so you can go double 20. If you miss that, go for it again. If you get it, then go for double 18. As long as you get 1 double, you're scored on half. It will just add on the highest score that you got with the doubles. 3 more at 11. I suppose they are good. It does give you a visual target, I suppose. But then obviously, if you're continuously looking at the bigger target, you might accept that you might go up or below it. I know, like I said, you've got visual targets, and obviously you do have the visual targets of the green and red for the doubles, but nearly that one. Nice grouping there though. Double 13. But yeah, these are all little things you can do just to, if you're not playing any games or whatever, you can always just do this when you've got a free air gas one. When you get a bit of free time, which is quite fun to do. Like now, I ain't got no games today. I'm just relaxing and creating content for you guys. So, not too bad. And obviously, like I said, you don't have to use these rings. You can make anything you want. You can get a bit of cardboard if you really wanted to, and cut a circle out of the cardboard. There you go, 14 there. Can I get 2 now? Etc. So, ain't too bad. Like I said, they have their uses. But I know I'm probably repeating myself. That's the only drawback to using these rings, is that you have to continuously move them. But unless you have a 3D printer, you could always just make 20 of these and have them all around the outer ball, on the double, sorry. And just have 20 set up continuously, and then when you're playing a game, obviously take them down. But yeah, that's the only problem. That's why I'm doing this video as well, to obviously make content. But my doubles yesterday were absolutely awful. Another problem with these is obviously the pins. that you can buy, or if you're doing it yourself, or you get from the kits, sometimes they're not exactly long enough. So just then, that's why it took so long coming back. So the pins just flew out, so I had to try and find the pins. But then you could also, what I used to do, is get old brass darts and just put the darts through them. Another way you could do it. I know the board needs to be changed. I will be getting a tour board, hopefully in a couple of weeks. That's my board I'm going to. I've heard good things about that. Obviously, the Blade 6, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I know ever since I was the creme de la creme of boards, apart from the Blade X, which, if you've been watching the what was it, the Super Series, where it had 2 balls bounced out on a £120 board, that's pathetic, I'm sorry. If you're charging £120 for a board, you shouldn't have bounce outs that bad. Especially on like a pro tour event. Like, I don't get how you can justify charge 120 quid for a board and then on live TV have 2 bounce outs on the trot, on the ball, which was literally the middle of the ball. I don't think that's give it, obviously, any good publicity at all. Considering everyone I play against, I've not played anyone who has a Blade X board. Not one person has. And I believe it is because of the price. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that it's obviously a premium board and etc, but I think for the average normal day pub league player, I think that's totally overpriced. That's why everyone goes for Blade X, because it's, or unless you get the triple core, which I think is 80 quid or 90 quid for the triple core. I think the normal core is 60, but, or 70. But then if you do go to Argos, I think it's Argos, you can get, let's just come out again, two sets of darts with the board and a surround, which ain't too bad really. For me that's like 83 quid. Well, I know it's not the best because you might hit the barrels, but I have to put 2 brass barrels in purely because the pins keep falling out. I might have to go get some longer pins. But we're on 20 now. But if you angle the barrels enough, you'll be alright with these. Alright, double tops, come on, show me I can get. Oh, come on, Ryan. I'll do 6 at the ball and out of ball after as well, because that obviously is a checkout as well. Oh, come on. And for this, I will go to the smaller one, because obviously it's a smaller target to get, which these fit perfectly. I don't. Thought it did, unfortunately. Thought it fitted perfect around the ball, so I got to use a bigger one. Oh well, we'll survive. Right, there you go. Right, time for 6 at the ball and out of ball. Like I said, this is the checkout, obviously. There you go. 1. So yeah, my initial thoughts of these are, they'll do a job. Like I said, they're not, I don't think they're going to transform my game personally, because I can just do all of that without having to move the ring around and take time and then lose my rhythm of it. But yeah, not too bad. Would I recommend them? If you're going for trebles, like you want to do a treble 20 practice, treble 19 practice, treble 18 practice, whatever, then yeah, definitely get a set. or if you're just starting out and you want to learn how to aim for doubles, then yeah, I think after a while you'll wean yourself off these, and you'll just, obviously, muscle memory of where to go, how high to aim, how far to hit, and all that sort of stuff. You'll get it. But yeah, overall, out of 5. For doubles, I'd say 2. For triples and balls, I'll say 3. Say 2.5 for the whole lot, which half of 5 ain't too bad. Well, there you have it. That's my new double routine, which I don't think I'll be keeping personally. I think it's just so much easier for me personally, without having to keep moving the rings and the pins and all that, just to aim at the doubles and then keep track on your phone or on a bit of paper what you get, and then do that every other day or every day if you've got a lot of time on your hands, and just see what you get. Personally, overall, give it 2.5, because I can't give it a higher rating than that for doubles, because it is an inconvenience having to move them all the time. But if you want to do 10-15 minutes on triple 20, triple 18, triple 19, triple 17, whatever, then I'll definitely recommend these just for that. Yeah, overall 2.5. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace.